It's been a while since I've shared other trip report videos of specifically Jester archetype stuff. So I wanted to share just two videos that I thought were very interesting and related to each other. And both of them have to do with the Jester and the checkered boards and even the middle finger thing that happens with a lot of people. I'll start this video off with a comment that I got today about the checkered board and Jesters and DMT. So this guy named Nat commented, "I too was in a checkered board place, but the checkers were three-dimensional. Like each square was a little garden. I saw a Jester on the top right corner." The first video I want to get into is a guy with a channel by the name of DMT Experiences And Guides. Now, he only has one video, and it's at like 130 something views, so he's not really been seen by too many people, so I'm hoping that I can give him a little more views and maybe even some subscribers to help encourage him to post more experiences, because I definitely would like to hear more from him. I'm going to get onto his video, and I'll play it for you guys right now.
So I will share my experiences that I had today, which is nuts. It is absolutely nuts. Okay, so first of all, I took my dog. We went to the park, or at the school. It was like in the park at the school. So anyway, they had, it was just after the 4th of July celebration. They had a concert and all that stuff. But they had a carnival game set up. It was still standing there. It was one of those games, I'll show a clip of the video, that, you know, one of those games where you take the sledgehammer and you hit it and you try to ring the bell. So anyway, I set up my camera to record myself going over there and playing that game. And so I did it. I rang the bell. Which I thought was pretty impressive for a man my size. You know, I'm about 5'6½", something like that. And it's probably not hard to do for most people. But anyway, I thought it was an achievement. Anyway, I came home and I lit up some spice, and immediately there were Jesters bouncing around my room, almost in like you would see on a deck of cards. They were coming in slideshows, bouncing around this way, that way. They were around me, and I could audibly hear them saying, tough guy, you want to fight, you want to fight." They were playing with me, and I could audibly hear them saying that in their voice. It was amazing. It was absolutely incredible. You know, who experiences these type of things? These Jesters knew what I had gone and done today. They knew without a shadow of a doubt that I had been to that park and rang that bell, and that was on my mind, obviously, because they knew it, they saw it, they were there with me when I rang that bell, because I have never had an experience where Jesters were bouncing around my room and asking me if they want to fight. Tough guy. And I could visually see one of the Jesters had on big clown boxing gloves. Like, I had my eyes open and these things were happening. These things were happening without a shadow of a doubt. It was funny. They were playing with me. It was so funny. All I could do was laugh. It was just an unbelievable experience. It was one of a kind, and it just let me know that there are spirits out there that know what you do and what you experience. And the only question that remains is this my consciousness that's seeing this, or is this spirits from somewhere else that have seen me, that saw me do that today at the park? Because I know the two were related. There's no doubt about it. The two instances were related.
I really liked this video because it really highlights the humbling experiences that people have with these entities, because they seem to want to make you into a better person. And this is the main reason why I would counter other people that would say that the DMT experience is demonic and stuff. Because if it really was demonic, why would it be telling you to humble yourself? You know, like that's literally something that a god would tell you to do. It just doesn't seem like the kind of thing that an evil entity would do, is to try to help you become a better person. It doesn't make sense to me. I thought this thing was a really interesting experience because it really shows you that these things are there to help if you sort of just want to listen to them carefully. Now, the next video that I want to talk about is one from a guy named True Life Stories, and this guy has been blowing up on YouTube pretty recently, so I think it would be a interesting thing to look at his videos.
And then once it started changing, like, I was just like, okay, just close your eyes. And like when I close my eyes, that's when I start seeing all the little hieroglyphs and shit, and I'm looking at the shit, but it's like get scary, and then it go back and forth. I know I'm in there, but then it's like I'm just looking at it and I'm just like going, hell no, you gotta show me more. I'm like, I gotta surrender. And I'm like I kind of like and try to surrender to it. And when I surrendered, it was like, whoop. It showed me a little deeper. That's when I made out people within that like what I was seeing, the little fucking faces and shit changing and all that, it made out to be people. But around those people, the design was like crazy. You know, some spots it was fucking like checkers, like as if you was like, it was like checkers, black and white checkers. But then those was like the spots that I guess they stepped in, but it was crazy how it was like black and white, like squares. It was like bam, like, but the table and the everything else, the box that was on the table, it was all made out of these different design faces that be changing. It'll change into like some old like Egyptian type shit, then it'll change into mouths like with teeth though, like with fangs, like fucking like some scary shit though. And it'll open wide and it was like going round, like it was like it'll do that. See them kicking their feet, and then you know the little fucking I could never get that out of my mind because the way they was moving, you know what I mean? They was flipping me off and shit. That shit, what's up, James? Hey, it was fucking crazy, dude. It was crazy, but it's like they showed me like all the shit that they had fucked with me with. Hey, Dave, yeah, I seen the Jesters. I finally seen the Jesters and how they popped in. It was fucking crazy. Hey, that was the craziest shit because the Jesters, they was like, it reminded me, I got a cousin. His name Lil Bruce. It remind me of my nigga because the way they was moving, like he be doing that shit, like they was like going like this. They was like, and fucking some of them was flipping me off and shit, and they was like moving around, but it was like they was doing shit like, oh, you can't see me, you can't see us, and shit like that. And then they just kicking it back on the table, kicking their feet, just looking with the fuckery box sitting right there, open.
So I think it's really cool that he mentioned the checkerboard patterns and the Jesters as well as the middle finger thing, because that's pretty much what everyone has been sort of experiencing in one sort of package. And this is like the main reason why I think that all the theories that, oh, the brain is just creating a mathematical response to the drugs that it's taking, and you're just basically seeing the construction of the neural networks as patterns basically, and that's why there's lattices and stuff. But it doesn't make sense that these lattices that look like checkered board patterns also contain Jesters, which basically connect those two. As you know, checkered board patterns are associated with Jesters. If you look on Google, you'll see a million pictures with them. It's really interesting that those are always connected, and him experiencing the middle finger is just weird. I don't really know what to make of it. I've had more reports about that. I've made videos about it, and I don't know what to make of it. The Joe Rogan thing even had it too, so I don't know why that happens. People are welcome to give theories, I guess, but it just shows the more strangeness to this whole thing, and we can't really put our finger on what exactly this all means. But it's interesting that he also had lessons, and he also learned specific things about what they had to teach him, because he mentioned that these things were like lessons too. So all of this really doesn't make me believe that it's evil and demonic, like all of these Christian fundamentalists are coming on my channel. I thought you guys might find that interesting, and hopefully you guys will stick around and see more.